What's up, y'all? This is Chitty Bang, and I'm on the Renegade Millionaire Show, the podcast that profiles entrepreneurs, founders, and CEOs. Join us as we go one-on-one inside the hearts and minds of some of our generation's best and brightest. And now, introducing your host, my friend, Sun Group Wealth Partners Managing Director, CNBC and Forbes.com contributor, Winnie Sun.
So, Daymond, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's such an honor. I know how busy you are.
No, thank you.
In the trip. So, was the trip from the East Coast okay?
Everything's fine.
Oh, wonderful.
It's snowing over there, and I'm nice and warm and toasty here.
It is. It's a beautiful day in Southern California. Well, I want to start off and just ask you a little bit about how it all started. And I understand that your mother had a large role in your life to where you are today. So could you share with us maybe a little bit, those of us who are fellow mothers, her impact in you today?
It was profound. She was my first mentor, and then my parents got divorced when I was 10 years old, and she then became my mother and father. And she taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't realize she was teaching me until I then was a parent myself. She was always, thinking about how to try to create a business even while she kept her day job. So she always told me my day job would never make me rich, it would be my homework. She always, made sure that I set certain goals in life. And, I'm dyslexic. I didn't realize that. I didn't find out until about 10 years ago. But she would always make me feel special. I knew that I can excel in math and science, but when I had a challenge in reading in those areas, I still felt like a special kid. So, so many things she taught me.
Good mother.
Yeah.
She definitely knew where to raise you.
Yeah.
And you actually were so successful at such a young age. In fact, FUBU, 1992.
Yeah.
Incredible. No one doesn't know that company today, and even back then. And it was something that you have created yourself. So looking back, 1992, was there a special formula that just worked at that time?
The formula at that time was basically that works in anybody's company, is that I had to go out there and I had to fail a lot of times, but on a very small level, and then perfect what I was doing so that when I was ready to go to another level, I already knew the mistakes that I wouldn't be making, so I made the mistakes small. It was this music of hip hop that was just starting to really take place in America, and I was really at a rare time there, and a special time that I was able to go out there and really help forge relationships with artists and the community at a time when there wasn't a lot of hurdles in the way, and I think that's probably the key to it, because it was a really special time for hip hop.
And you gave before you asked. I mean, you would go to hip hop artists and you supported them, and you became there for them, and that seemed like a big part of your success.
Yeah.
And we see now what you've done on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in many cases, you are America's favorite shark.
I think so. I'm my favorite shark.
Obviously the most handsome.
Oh, thank you. You're so full of it, but thank you. Robert has those eyes and that hair, Can't compete with that.
Well, we will see. But obviously you've been extremely successful in all avenues. Let's talk about when you're on Shark Tank and even for your own business ventures.
Sure.
What do you look for businesses to be successful? In your opinion, what are things that you want to invest in?
Well, I want to invest in, I invest in the entrepreneur. There's really nothing, I don't believe there's anything new going to be created in the world again. It's just a new form of delivery, or you hit a new audience with it. And it's really the entrepreneur. I like to invest in entrepreneurs that have failed many times. They also will never give up. They're problem solvers, not problem creators. And they know how to work without capital. They don't use that as an excuse. So first of all, I look at the entrepreneur. Then I look, is the business scalable? Sometimes the business is just not scalable. Sometimes the business is going to go up to $2, $3, $4 million. Let the entrepreneur have that business and be happy with it. They don't have to, I have 50% of this business and, calling them, nagging them about it. And then I also want to know if they have proof of concept. Have they sold it? Have they gone out there and created an audience or any kind of following? Because I just don't want them to use my money as tuition to go out and try to and make mistakes with my money.
Right, of course, because it is, at the end of the day, your money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so every business decision you make on that show affects you from then, that day and on.
100%.
So Daymond, how did you learn about Xedo?
Well, a friend of mine, a colleague, Mark, presented me with the concept, and he knew Peter and Richard. And once I started to look at the product first of all, and then this beautiful aspect of how they get it to the consumer and the factories they were making it in, and then I realized that both Peter and Richard have a vast history in this area. Obviously in Europe, what they've been doing for many, many years, and then also here, they went through various different stages of formal wear, and they've seen it grow, actually created a lot of the space. So I thought it was a natural fit, and I was very, very happy. All the team players are there, the quality in the product is there, and then the easiest thing to sell is the truth. So it's very easy for me.
The quality is undisputable.
Yeah.
So maybe you could share with me your role with Xedo.
Oh, I think it's a couple of things. First of all, I have access to amazing retailers that may not know how amazing this concept is and how badly they needed to bring those millennials into their retail outlets.
Absolutely.
Number two, I have a history of fashion, so
You're known.
yeah, hopefully I can add to a little bit of the designs and other things in the company. And then, more importantly, I have a great Rolodex of amazing individuals that are influencers, whether they're just somebody who is just a super well known for being a heavy fashion person, or a celebrity, and then again, I can wear the product as well. I'm very proud about the product that's coming out. So I would basically call myself a brand curator at this point. So
that makes perfect sense. A brand curator, and on top of it, you attend a lot of very special events.
yeah, I can wear this to the White House now.
Amazing. Well, let's talk about also like the next chapter. We know that with millennials generally, when we see them on the street, they tend to be dressed a lot more casually than we were even since back in 1992.
Sure.
So how does a company stay relevant? How do millennials stay relevant to be able to capture your attention?
How do millennials capture my attention, or how do I capture theirs?
I guess it's both.
Yeah. The best part about today is that you can reach everybody from your cell phone. And we're in a very visual world. So whether millennials are dressing casual, during the day, but when they are going to those special times of their lives, they are dressing up. And if, as they say, if you don't tweet it, it never really happened. So they're going to be sharing this information. And how I really get out to the millennials is the fact that you can go onto social media platforms and you can hashtag simple words and you can find out what they're all saying.
Right.
If you're only going out to the constituents that are just supporting your brand, then they're going to say they love you. But go out and look in these other rooms that they're in and find out what they're saying, and then you can ask them. That's the best part about millennials. They love to give information. And with that information, of course, you can then improve the product. And they love to wave the flag. They're the biggest ambassadors. When you and I grew up, I had 8 friends. Mm-hmm. These kids have 800.
Right.
Right? And there's 8 million of those kids.
Right.
So, so going out and conversing with the millennials, it's basically like if they follow me, I follow them. You have to have a very, very open dialogue with them.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So do you handle your own social media communication?
I do. Yeah.
Well, that's rare, and I think it makes it much more authentic. They must love communicating with you.
They do. I love communicating with them because that's how you keep your ear to the street on what's going on. Right. And when you give them that attention, you can't pay for that type of ambassador that goes out and spreads the word.
Right. Absolutely. And I think I just wonder. I'm very curious about this because obviously formal wear is usually where you wear on a very celebratory occasion, and something that we just don't necessarily think of the millennial walking down the street. But actually, it's true because if it's convenient, they will purchase and they will acquire, and they want to look good. So
absolutely, but even formal wear, millennials do actually wear it on non-formal occasions. I've seen many millennials wear that. They'll wear a pair of denim slacks with a great tux jacket.
Right.
So yeah, they will absolutely consume the goods, and if it meets their criteria of making them look good, and they will make sure that they take pictures of it all day long.
Right. Right. This just gives them something to look good in.
Absolutely.
All the time. And the tuxedo you have on is beautiful.
Well, thank you. I like it. Fits well.
It fits perfect.
Yeah, satin, everything's beautiful.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, I would love to, if we could, I'm excited about your book. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely.
I'd love for you to share with us your inspiration to writing it.
My inspiration, well, the book is called The Power Broke, and my inspiration to writing the book was that many people believe that, or have been taught, you need money to make money, or you need to know somebody in business, or you need to know somebody, your cousin has to be rich and famous. And I walk people through my life as well as 15 other individuals in the book who are mega successful. And I share with them the fact that they don't need money to make money, and that you can leverage your assets and and the people around you to become successful. And I highlight that because this theory of me having money to make money, if you really look at the top 1,000 wealthiest individuals in the world, over 60% of them are self-made men and women. That means they were broke. And if generational wealth is something that would make sure or certify that you're going to be wealthy, then you would never be able to get the other over 60% onto the list. So I basically chronicle a lot of things in there and a lot of ways to actually empower yourself, from whether it's converting people on social media, or whether it's going out and raising funds, or just going out and selling your product.
That's amazing. And the power broke would mean so much to so many people.
Yeah.
It just says that you can, if you want to enough, you can change.
Absolutely. And the people that utilize the power broke more than anybody else are the people that have wealth. Because they don't go out and just stroke a pen and stroke a check and take a pen and stroke a check and try to buy their way into things. They know that they have to work just as hard or surround themselves with like-minded people, set goals and things of that nature. Because if you just needed money like that, then over 60% of professional athletes wouldn't be bankrupt 3 years out of the league. Or lotto winners, a high number of lotto winners are bankrupt right out because they think that they can buy everything, and you can't buy everything.
And I remember my mom told me this. She said, you should never be fearful of not having money. Because once you're not afraid of that, then the only way up is up.
Exactly.
Because you take that off the table. There's nothing wrong with being poor. There's nothing wrong with being broke. But you can change your situation. And your book, I think, it would be inspiring to many people.
As long as people understand, broke is a temporary situation, but poverty of the mind is permanent.
Right.
So if you don't educate yourself on how you can have access to things, and remember, money doesn't equal success. Money just drives you to your problems in a limousine. Success can be, a great husband, a great wife, somebody who's really dedicated to their faith, or somebody who is, saving the carbon imprint on the planet. That if you're happy doing that, that's a success. So, and that's what I touch on in the book as well. I don't want people in that book who only want money. I want people who want success.
So what's success to you?
Success to me is doing exactly what I do now, which is I'm allowed to invest in other people's dreams and take a ride with them. I'm allowed to see other people now find financial security, or follow their dream all the way through and see if it works or it doesn't work. I'm on a great platform now where kids are now saying to their parents, now I know what you do at work. And kids want to be sharks just as much as they want to be athletes and actors, which is great, right? But, and I'm also educating myself every day, because of investing in all these businesses. I get to learn how the next generation is operating, and I get to take that knowledge and use it for, things like this venture right here, or other businesses that I'm doing.
Right, and I know you have many businesses that you're doing. So I guess if you could write a letter to yourself when you were 20 years old, what are some things that you would have shared with yourself today?
I'll share myself, first of all, go out and get financial intelligence, because no matter what you do in business, it's so hard to make money, but it's 10 times harder to keep it. I would share myself that you're gonna make way more mistakes in life. I'd also say don't try to be better than anybody out there. The only person you're supposed to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Well, anybody else, that doesn't matter. Those are a couple of things I would say said to myself. I didn't learn those until, obviously much older.
Well, not much older, I think.
Yeah, 30, 35.
35 forever. Well, thank you so much. That was so helpful and so interesting. And I would love, I can't wait to read The Power Broke.
Thank you.
Yeah, incredible. And congratulations on this new venture.
Thank you.
Because I can see tuxedos everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna make a lot of people look really amazing, and those special times in their life. We're gonna have fun with it.
I can see those FedEx boxes now.
Thank you.
Well, very good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm excited about Xedo. So I'll start with you, Peter. I'd like to see, given your tremendous history in the bridal industry, what makes this project special to you?
Well, this is a whole new technology that's coming out. For the millennials and really everybody, it's really, people today are very, very busy. And normal tuxedo process, you have to go to the store, get measured, then you have to pick it up, then you have to drop it off. And we've taken all that out. But we're also introducing the finest fabrics ever introduced into the formal business. And it's something I always wanted to do. And when I saw this model, I said, this is something that's really, really special. And I think that everybody across America really deserves on their special day. Their wedding is their most special day. And we can really give them the service, the quality, and that they really deserve for that day. And by seeing that, and having partners, Richard and Daymond, bringing him in from his fashion background, it just made it all so exciting. And I think this is going to be a tremendous success across America. And we're just going to bring it forward and make it happen.
I love it because I did a little bit of research on the company, and I thought to myself, as a mother of 3 sons, how convenient this will be. What a change will it be from the experience that you described of going into the store, getting measured, and that whole process has now just come to my laptop.
Exactly. It really comes to the cell phone. I mean, the cell phone really dictates the world today, as we all know it. And especially for the prom student, it's real simple. And they can pick the color they want, the style they want, and we ship it directly to them.
I love
and that's really, really key. And like I said, it's an exciting venture. I think it's going to be a tremendous success, and we'll put a lot behind it. And Richard came up with the idea and brought it over. They dominated in the UK, and I dominated in the US.
Yes.
We had similar backgrounds, so by bringing the two of us together with the knowledge, I really believe this is going. I think it's going to be unstoppable. I really do.
Wow, all that background and experience into making us look incredible for our special day.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Richard, I guess I'm going to come to you now. So, what took you over the pond?
Well, I suppose back in the beginning, like Peter, my father also had a menswear store, and while I was at college, I set up a small tuxedo rental department within the store. Mm-hmm. No great grand vision behind doing it. It was really just intended to be a small tuxedo rental department to help my dad's menswear business. What then happened over the next 20 years was really an incredible journey. And from having the small tuxedo department in the store, soon other small retailers asked us if we could provide them a rental service. And then we also managed to get contracts with a lot of the UK's large retail chains and department store chains. Having got about a 35% market share in the UK, and then developing a software program to enable the whole process to be managed online. And this was something that became very clear to us, especially working with department stores, which was that the brides needed all the groomsmen who are all in the different parts of the country to get measured, to put in sizes, to get their suits, to manage the payment.
Challenging.
It is, it's really challenging, and so we created Xedo as a way to create a software platform to help the bridal professionals, the retailers, the consumers and ourselves all manage this whole process. The problem, of course, with the UK market is it's really quite small, I suppose, compared to the American market.
I don't know about small, Richard. I read the numbers. So you ship anywhere to over 400,000 homes per year.
Yes.
That's not small, right?
That's true. That's true. But of course, you always want more, and the American market is a lot larger. And we got together with Peter and looked at the opportunity here. It really became clear to us that it was an excellent opportunity to bring the quality and the style that we've been honing over, and really a generation with the English tailoring, and then with using the technology and the process within Xedo to enable the tuxedo rental for the American, both for the proms and the weddings in particular, to make sure that the style
We like our
and ease of
parties
use. So it's been good.
Well, wonderful. And the relationship with Daymond, I think, is, in my opinion, just genius. Because here you have someone iconic in the fashion industry. And so how did that, Daymond has shared with us a little bit about that relationship, but how exciting is this relationship to you?
Well, it's very exciting. Obviously one of the main concerns that we had with coming to America was about the product. There's obviously some different fashions and some different styles. So being able to be involved with Daymond as this brand curator and helping us with the styling of the products has been tremendous. And obviously as well working with Peter with his in-depth knowledge of the US market.
US market and the industry in general.
The industry I know, but I worked with Daymond years ago. We launched FUBU into formal wear, and it was a huge success. Huge. And then with our good friend Mark, and we kind of rekindled. And I said, when I took this position, I said, Daymond is the perfect person to be. He's fashion, he's
fashion brains,
everything.
He's the full impression on me, but yeah.
That's true. It's true. We like working with him, and I think he's going to bring us to the level that we need to be, because as you well know, when you start a new company, and we've put a lot of money into this venture, is you really need to really get it out and get the message out there. And I think it's going to be a tremendous success.
So I hear you have a kind of an interesting building, if you will, in Memphis.
We do.
Not too small, I hear.
240,000 square feet. The finest cleaning pressing equipment. Richard could probably elaborate it a little bit more, because that's more of his expertise.
Are there robots working it?
Almost. It's pretty automated, but the pressing equipment itself, the way they press things with the lapels, and I went over to Scotland to see it, and I've been in every major production, formal production in the US over my career, and I've never seen anything like it. So when our product comes back and goes through Richard's steam tunnel, you can literally wrap it up, and I think you showed me one that was like 2 weeks wrapped up, tied up, they put it through, and 8 seconds later it came out perfect.
Wow.
And then they put it through another process, and then another process. So the extra steps that they take for the American population, which are not used to this, they're used to getting a tuxedo that's been worn 30 times. Ours are not like that.
We deserve to be spoiled.
We want it to be special. And I think in today's world, if you take things to that next level, it's all about the customer. And the customer and the power of the internet can either make you or break you. And we're going to make it perfect almost every single time. And I think it'll spread viral, and I think we'll have a tremendous successful business. And bringing these partners together is key to any business.
You have Daymond John wearing your tuxedo. That says something.
That's pretty cool.
It says if he's willing to wear it, I'm not sure who down the street wouldn't wear it.
Exactly, and we're proud of it. We really are. We're very, very proud of it, and it's. And you're in business with what you do every day, and you see these things. So it's exciting for us just to have you and Daymond and everybody that's here today.
It's exciting because I see that there's so much heart in this business. So.
It's a happy business too.
Yeah.
And it's the happiest time. At least people think it's the happiest time.
And they feel a little bit taller and a little bit more handsome when everything just fits properly. Right?
Exactly. We say, we're trying to promote black tie weddings, because black tie weddings are, and I've been to several of them, and my niece just got married and went to, it was all black tie. And everybody looks so incredibly great.
I completely agree.
And I think it's something that we're going to really try to promote, because it's actually, it's probably less for everybody that's going to these special weddings to rent, because we really are very affordable. It's really almost under $200. You get everything: shoes, pocket square, socks, everything. And for the whole wedding to have that look, it just, pictures, exactly. The weddings are for that one day, but the pictures are forever. And if you see a non-black tie wedding and a black tie wedding, it really makes a huge difference. So that's something that we're promote.
Well, even if they don't want black tie, maybe you've got beautiful suits too.
We do. Our fabrics are like what Daymond's wearing today. It's just special. The factories that we've worked with, and that really goes back to Richard's father. He takes pride in everything he does.
Every stitch. Right?
Every stitch.
I was commenting, I really like this stitch. As a mother of 3 sons, I look at things like this. I'm thinking this will just great on my son one day. Yeah.
It was great.
And I mean, this is an exciting time, so congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.